Hello and welcome to this Migroto case review. I'm Damon Aryan, registered migration agent, and in this review we're looking at this applicant's situation and see how realistic are his chances to receive one of the GSM visa subclasses invitations in this financial year. So let's see what we have. We have an industrial engineer is offshore. Points claimed is 55 points, no English and no partner points claimed. This review is based on Migroto data, all collected from government official data, and also some targeted FI requests, and all being supported by our AI tools. And before making any decision based on this review, please make sure you read the disclaimer at the end of this video. At 55 points, you're below the 65-point eligibility for subclass 189, and your current profile is also below the practical invitation ranges shown for this occupation. The clearest opportunity is to improve the points you can still influence. You're currently not eligible for subclass 189 because your score is 55 points. There were no subclass 189 invitation rounds for this occupation during the last financial year. Looking back to 2024, only 2 invitation rounds are identified, with minimum scores of 85 and 90 points. Based on the FOI data, EOI backlog data, and invitation patterns, applicants below about 90 points appear to be in a weak position if future rounds occur. With state nomination, your current subclass 190 score would be 60 points. Based on the case notes, you're not eligible for this subclass at your current score. Even if you gain 10 partner points, your score would rise to 70, which remains well below the recent competitive range for offshore applicants. Last financial year, offshore invitations were limited and were seen around 90 and 100 points, while most invitations at lower points were for onshore applicants. Because there were no 189 invitation rounds for industrial engineer, subclass 190 has been the main permanent residency pathway, creating strong competition. Based on the available invitation pattern, a stronger target is around 90 points after nomination. With the 15 nomination points, your current subclass 491 score would be 70. The offshore invitation trend from the last financial year suggests applicants generally needed around 95 points to have a realistic chance. Given the limited number of invitations, you should aim to maximize your points, particularly through superior English and the 10 partner points. As you're not currently eligible for 189, the backlog review uses subclass 491 in South Australia as a sample state. At your current 491 score of 70, there are almost 217 applicants above your score and fewer than 44 applicants at the same score. Considering the limited invitation numbers in this state, the data suggests you would need about 95 points, or at least around 90, for a more realistic chance. At those higher point levels, competition appears lower, and your position may be stronger, unless the invitation pattern changes.
Subclass 189 is currently not realistic. 55 points is below eligibility, and the occupation's invitation history suggests even the minimum 65 points would be far from competitive. For Subclass 190, your current nominated score of 60 is less than eligibility, and the available offshore pattern suggests targeting around 90 points after nomination. For Subclass 491, your current nominated score of 70 is also weak against recent offshore trends, where around 95 points showed a more realistic chance. Your main action should be to improve the language scores for both you and your wife, as she has skill assessment. The goal is to maximize these available point components and move closer to the 90 to 95 point ranges reflected in the recent state invitation and backlog data. Even at stronger point levels, invitations remain competitive and are never guaranteed. So the strategy should be reviewed again if invitation patterns change.